For 10 years, Ironclad United ruled the league. Championship banners lined the stadium rafters like a timeline of dominance. Generations of fans grew up believing victory was inevitable. To wear the Ironclad crest was to inherit history and pressure. But dynasties don't collapse loudly. They fade. By the final match of the season, Ironclad's once feared squad was battered by injuries and age. Rivals had grown faster, sharper, hungrier. A loss that night wouldn't just cost them the title, it would mark the official end of an era. The opponent knew it. So did the crowd. 90 minutes stood between immortality and irrelevance. The match was ruthless. Ironclad controlled possession but couldn't break through. Every shot was blocked. Every cross cleared. Their legendary striker, Luka Vance, the face of the dynasty, looked a step too slow, his knees wrapped, his breath heavy. When the scoreboard ticked into stoppage time, the silence was unbearable. 0-0. A draw meant the trophy slipped away on goal difference. The dynasty would end not with defeat, but with a whimper. On the sideline, Coach Harrington didn't shout. He simply caught Luka's eye and tapped his chest. One last time. The opposing keeper launched a long ball. Ironclad recovered it and pushed forward desperately. Passes became risks. Structure gave way to instinct. The clock bled seconds. 93 minutes. A midfielder won a loose ball and swung it wide. The cross was too high, too far until Luka moved. Years ago, he would have leaped. Now, he timed it. He didn't jump. He ran through the space no one else saw, met the dropping ball on the half volley, and struck it with everything he had left. Time slowed. The shot screamed past defenders, bent away from the keeper's fingertips, and smashed into the net. For half a heartbeat, the world stood still. Then the stadium exploded. Luka collapsed to his knees as teammates buried him beneath a wave of red and black. The final whistle followed seconds later, almost lost in the noise. Ironclad United were champions again, but this title felt different. It wasn't dominance. It wasn't inevitability. It was survival. In the locker room, Luka sat alone, jersey soaked, boots unlaced. He knew it was his last match. The dynasty would change. New faces would come. The future would move on. But it hadn't erased the past. Because when everything was slipping away, when history was on the brink of becoming memory, one last goal reminded the world why dynasties are feared. Not for how they win at their peak, but for how they refuse to die.